I am back again with another reaction video where this is just gonna be a carry on to the last video I made of the situation. So if you haven't seen the last video, the link will probably be in the description. It's an hour long, so I mean, yeah, I just crash out on there for no reason for about this topic. But for most of you who don't know, Roblox is in a very tough situation where basically they're having an involvement with Schlep, which is a famous YouTuber, and Gideon, who catches them predators, and then after that they Schlep got the lawsuit. You know, he got a warning from Roblox saying, oh, if you carry on with what you're doing, which is catching predators and locking them up for good, then you will be sent a lawsuit from one of our team. Which is considerately sus. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, why would you want to cover up something that massive? I mean, it's not like you're gonna be with Trump and Epstein anytime soon on a fancy island somewhere, which we cannot name on YouTube, or else this video might be taken down. Yeah, so, but other than that, it's kind of a sad story. If you want full information, like I said, I'll probably try and link the video down below. And yeah, so today we're gonna be reacting to someone else. We reacted to Gideon's view of it. We reacted to Schlep, the victim of it, and now we're gonna react to Penguin Z, Penguin Z0. So basically, I think you know who he is. The guy with a long hair and beard and shit. He used to play games, I think. I'm not sure, but I mostly know him from his talks about his point of views, in a way, and the rest is history. Like, honestly, I think he has a gun collection or some shit, and he has some sick stuff there as well. So enough of that said, that will be in another video in the future one day. And yeah, so we're going to now react to Roblox, his version of it, his side of the story, and hopefully we can just get some injustice of what he has to say. So without further ado, guys, I'm gonna stop yapping and I'm gonna just get on with the video.
They did it. Roblox decided to double down on their decision to ban and threaten legal action against someone that was trying to keep their platform safer for children, a responsibility Roblox doesn't seem to want to do themselves, at least not in an efficient way. So the quick and dirty of it, if you don't know the lore, I'll give you the nutshell breakdown here. I made a video on it a couple days ago, but earlier this week, a YouTuber named Schlep just got permanently IP banned by Roblox HQ and threatened with legal action because he colored outside the lines here. He was a little naughty in the eyes of the Roblox corpo overlords, the fucking weasels in suits over there, those grease goblins. Apparently, when Schlep was young, he was the victim of a bad actor on Roblox, and as he grew up, he wanted to do what he could to make the platform safer for children so they didn't have to experience what he did. And thus he started actively catching predators and has actually had a few of them even arrested. He is doing what he can to just try and make the platform safer. Roblox takes a huge issue with that. one of the big criticisms of Roblox that has existed for years is how poorly they handle predators on Roblox. They are very hands off when it comes to safety. Basically, their philosophy boils down to the old Luigi method in Mario Party, where if you do nothing,
Yeah.
maybe you'll win. But in this case,
The way he says, like, um, they handled the situation poorly, I agree. Because, let's be honest, if it's this type of situation, even if I was making enough money from something, anything that has to involve anything has to involve with minors and meeting up with them and shit, that's gonna be like a way. That's gonna be something that needs to be stopped either way. It doesn't matter if you're like a man, a woman, a man, a woman, um, pronouns, gay, lesbian, straight, whatever. Like, you can even have a disability, like, like pedophilia. It's not like you can't get away with that. Like, no matter what, if someone else finds out, that could completely change your life forever, and what other people might like see about it. And yeah, like, and like it could potentially ruin your life, like in a day-to-day basis. Like, you really don't know what's gonna happen, especially in this cancel culture. I mean, James Charles was apparently talking to a minor or some shit, and then he got his account still active. And same with, like, Dr. Disrespect. I think he was talking to a 17-year-old whilst he was like, I think 40 something. I'm not sure. He's like in his 40s. So with a wife, I think he's married. But yeah, like, he's getting doubled down and he got his platform back. So with Roblox stopping people from catching predators, it's just stupid. I mean, like I said in the other video, no one should have to go through this anyway in general. And like, yeah. And like, even if you're like a survivor of it, don't be afraid to speak out, because at the end of the day, like, it's your story. They need to hear that they're not alone, and something like that needs to be resolved urgently. So yeah.
is not happening. You see, their tactics here of basically just plugging their ears and closing their eyes and then wiping their ass with all the reports that flood in, it's led to a massive issue with Roblox where there has been a very common occurrence of predators preying on kids through their platform. You've probably seen tons and tons of headlines about pedophiles through Roblox by this point. It's very clear that they are not efficient when it comes to handling this. So, the community has begun policing themselves, and Schlepp was among those that were trying to do what they could to catch the predators and have them arrested, but it's not like they were going behind Roblox's back for it. Schlepp was actively providing Roblox all of the evidence, all of the reports, even sending a physical binder to the Roblox headquarters, and still they sat on their hands, put their thumb up their ass, and spun around on it or something. I guess when the package arrived there, they must have treated it like the Unabomber was trying to reach them or something. Like, Schlepp and all of these other predator catchers on Roblox are actively trying to go through the proper channels, so Roblox will be the ones to act on it, but they just haven't been. At least not enough, clearly, because there's still a huge problem on Roblox with this. So, Roblox shut him down and threatened legal action. That has led to a huge shitstorm for Roblox, rightfully so. This has made headlines across the globe here. A wacky new development is apparently Roblox Corporation's Chief Safety Officer, Matthew Kaufman.
I mean, by the time I'm making this video on the 14th of August, I think today that another YouTuber, they tweeted this or something. I'll see if I can find a tweet. If not, then I can't. Then I think they're working with like the FBI to resolve this issue. like to look into Roblox, which I'm glad like someone else can either like sort out the issue, because let's be honest, if no one resolved the issue, then it's gonna get worse and worse either way. So I'm glad that someone is resolving the issue, and I am hoping that they can get this resolved quick, because or else if they can't resolve it, they might as well shut down the platform. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying they will shut down the platform. I'm not saying that they won't shut down the platform. Who knows? I mean, they could have new rules. They could delete the old rules and like keep a new fresh batch of them, just so they can resolve something bad like this in the future. And like,
just sold over $800,000 worth of company stock shortly after the platform issued a cease and desist to Schlepp. Looking like a little panic over there at the HQ. That is seeming like there's some holes in the ship. You don't often see the chief safety officer cash out that much stock in the wake of a huge debate about the safety of the platform that he is supposed to be managing and operating efficiently. Sounds like he's a little worried that people are more alert to how poorly Roblox itself handles safety in general. Another thing that happened is a congressman is also now making a push for Roblox.
yeah, like that's what I was talking about. Like, they are working with Creekcraft, and they are teaming up with the US congressman to improve child safety on Roblox. So if that gets resolved through them, great news. I mean, Roblox wouldn't be such a bad app if it was, regardless. Hopefully the CEO gets fired, I'm not sure, but hey, I guess we'll find out in the future.
To do more to keep children safe on their platform. It's gotten so big Roblox couldn't ignore it any further, so they put out a statement clarifying and doubling down on their decision to fight back against the vigilante groups, which is mind-boggling, just straight up fucking reflaffitating that they thought that this was somehow like a W, like a PR win here. We are fighting back against the vigilante groups. And then crickets when it comes to pedophiles. Why aren't you...
The fact that they're calling them vigilante groups is literally retarded. That's like me calling police dumb just because they couldn't, like, I don't know, they couldn't, like, do their job right. Whilst most police officers can't. It's not just because I say most police officers can't do their job, doesn't mean that there are actual officers out there that do their job great, and respectfully so. You know, like, the fact that they're calling them vigilante groups just for catching predators is absolutely insane, let's be honest.
Fighting the pedophiles. Why are you laser focused with the fucking crosshairs on the vigilantes that are fighting the pedophiles? Like, this is a wild hill to die on. We are sharing more information about why it was necessary to remove vigilantes from Roblox and the ways in which we review and act on reports of abuse on Roblox. While seemingly well-intentioned, the vigilantes we've banned have taken action that are both unacceptable and create an unsafe environment for users. I just need to stop right here and just take a pause. Schlepp and other vigilantes catching predators is not making the game more unsafe than it currently is by just having those predators running rampant with no one to stop them because you are not efficiently stopping them.
Point.
Like, this is a crazy stance to take. Similar to actual predators, they often impersonate minors, actively approached other users, then tried to lead them to other platforms to have sexually explicit conversations, which is against our terms of use. Accurate, timely reporting from our community is important. Reporting through the appropriate channels, including our custom-designed reporting tools, immediately and with as much specific information as possible is the best way to help us remove bad actors from Roblox. These reporting tools are designed to capture key metadata and details that cannot be captured from an email or screenshot and enable faster, more efficient reviews and more thorough reporting to law enforcement when warranted. I'm going to take another break here real quick. When does that go live? Because that's definitely not live right now. Like, what do you mean? Like, that is the biggest problem. Everything you're saying right there is an absolute gobbledygook. Like, that's just mumbo jumbo. You're just saying words that aren't real. That is the big problem. No matter how many times people are reporting these bad actors through your channels, there is no efficient, fast reviewing that leads to the person being, kicked off the platform. There's so many cases of predators who have literally been arrested that still actually have their Roblox accounts live. What are you talking about? That is blatantly false.
And that's another thing that I forgot to mention in the other video. Like even for the predators that get arrested for talking to a minor, their accounts are still active. I mean, in one of Schlepp's videos, he mentioned that he's been receiving death threats because of some shit like this. And it's just dumb. Why would you, consider why are you sending him a death threat over something that he's trying to do, he's trying to protect people from the experiences that he experienced, he doesn't, he's protecting, he experienced this himself, so then he has to do what he has to do to protect others from experiencing it themselves on the platform. And the fact that the fact that you keep your act, the fact that, what was I going to say? The fact that their account is still active means that they're doing something wrong. That's like me being yo, bro, if I see something outrageous on Twitch, someone performing a cult ritual or something outrageous, outrageous on Twitch, someone talking to a minor live on Twitch, and then I report it to them, and then they get arrested, and then they don't do something about it, so then I report it to the authorities, and then they would get arrested. But just for the live stream to carry on clips wise or something. I don't know how Twitch works, by the way. So well, I do have a Twitch account. If you want to follow that, probably I'll add that in the description. But anyways, off topic. If that live stream is still on and posted, and it hasn't been taken down for the right guidelines or something, that shows that they can't. That shows something that they are they don't see it that way or something. And for the Roblox situation, or them not taking the accounts down, it's considered over three things. A, it could mean that they support pedophiles or some shit, they support it or something. B, they probably see that, it's a first time thing, him talking to minors, we're just gonna let him off. Or C, they just don't really care at all. But either way, all of them seem likely or something. I'm not really sure. Can someone let me know in the comments down below if it's true, if there's any more updates? Because at the moment, I haven't seen much about this investigation whatsoever.
And that is the issue. You can say you have all these tools and that you take in all of these reviews, but there's nothing that really shows that. There's no, it doesn't seem like if that is the case, it's made any difference. Maybe you need to overhaul that, or maybe you need to beef it up or something. Maybe you should work with the vigilante groups instead of vilifying them, because they're doing a better job at getting the predators captured and taken off the platform than your systems are. I don't know why you view the vigilantes as enemies. Again, I can understand in general why vigilantes could be a bad thing, like on a broad scale, but when the company isn't doing things to ensure the safety of the users, well, vigilantes are super necessary to step in to do it for them, to keep the platform safe, because you are just not doing your job. It makes no sense to me that they would be so combative with someone like Schlepp, where they'd cease and desist, ban him, and then threaten legal action. You could work with him. You could work with him. Why don't you guide him through the proper channels? He is doing a good service by getting these predators arrested. It is something you are not doing enough of. We realize that no platform is perfect, but we prioritize trust and safety because it's core to what we do as a company. It doesn't really seem like you prioritize it, by the way. It seems like your CEO is prioritizing trying to turn it into a fucking dating site for 17 plus, which, again, by the way, is a really weird age where he's trying to pitch a 17 plus dating service to a company, Roblox, so it'd be half gaming and half dating. It seems like that's the focus, because Dave fucking Bazooki here, the CEO of Roblox, can't stop yapping about it. It doesn't seem like the priority is trust and safety. That's all I'm saying. This is an area where we invest heavily and are always innovating. Helping keep our users safe is a critical part of our vision of connecting a billion people with optimism and civility, and is a strategic imperative for our creator community. And then just a bunch of blabbering here, all of which it doesn't seem to be true. Again, I understand they can't wipe them all out instantly, but it's clear that reports are falling on deaf ears. Like, there are predators, real predators, like with irrefutable evidence that Roblox is not acting on. So there is a problem here, and it doesn't seem like they're doing enough. Then they go on to talk about, like, just how many messages and how many users are on Roblox. Again, I understand there's millions and millions and a lot to go through, a lot to comb through. Which is why, again, I don't understand why they wouldn't be extending an olive branch to the vigilante groups who are clearly doing a good job at catching real predators that are on their platform. Roblox is missing them in a lot of cases. I don't know why they wouldn't want to work with them. Again, as they mention here, they've got, fucking billions of messages that get across, billions of reports that swipe across their desk every day. Why wouldn't you work with the community that is actively trying to help you and help keep the platform safe? So now they talk about why they've decided to remove vigilantes. We have been monitoring vigilante activity on Roblox for some time. These groups began by reporting safety concerns, commenting on news about Roblox, and challenging us to do better. We appreciate this feedback and use these reports to improve our safety systems. More recently, vigilante activity evolved. Instead of just reporting on safety issues, vigilantes started impersonating children and actively sought to connect with adult users. Those conversations mimicked inappropriate behavior and actively encouraged other users to connect on other social media and messaging platforms, thus bypassing Roblox's own safety systems. These were not one-off situations, and we saw the behavior accelerating across many accounts. This actively created an unsafe environment and normalized behavior that is both unacceptable on Roblox and is against our terms of use. Our policies prohibit directing other users off Roblox to another platform through chat and having/simulating sexually explicit conversations. These are serious policy violations that risk removal from the platform. Just reread your statement here, Roblox. You recognize that these groups were reporting all of this to you, and then you're confused on why they started doing more than just reporting. Could it possibly be because all of the reports they were sending your way for so long weren't leading to the predators getting kicked off the platform or anything? Could that possibly be the reason? Could you follow that trail of breadcrumbs of logic? Like, I don't know how they can be so delusional to not recognize the reason why it evolved beyond just reporting and then they started using, like, decoys to try and get more evidence is because you weren't acting on the reports. Thus, they gathered more evidence on these bad actors and turned it over to authorities who did act on it. The evidence was sufficient for the police to issue arrests and get the predators. But it wasn't enough for you guys to ban them or do anything, like the bare minimum, to protect children from these bad actors, these evil people. Like, I don't know why they're confused. They're making it sound like it's some kind of epidemic that spiraled out of control and Roblox was just doing everything by the book perfectly, when that's just not the case. The reason why it evolved so much is because you weren't doing enough. So the community started taking it upon themselves to try and act and do better and ensure the platform was a little safer for whatever they could do. They then have this section on the importance of accurate reporting, going over, like, it needs to act in accordance with their policies and all of that, and then due to privacy considerations, we cannot inform users whether reports have led to consequences. But the thing about that claim is, to me it seems like they're trying to hide behind their numbers. Like, we get so many reports and we just can't inform you if, like, your report led to that person getting banned, but just trust us, it probably did. Like, we're actually, like, we're doing such a good job at getting them all banned. But the thing is, people aren't that fucking stupid. When you...
Like, if you actually believe that they actually catch predators in their own game, you have to be thick-headed to think that. I'm sorry. Like, if you think the game is safe for your children, I'm sorry, it's not. Like, the fact that they're saying, basically in this, somewhere in this, you can pause it if you can read. You can read it if you want. messaging applications that we do. See, these often come to us as screenshots from other social media and messaging applications. We do our best to investigate these reports. However, we cannot act on them unless they can be independently confirmed or we observe similar behavior on Roblox. Quick question. What do you mean by similar behavior on Roblox? Like, what do you need to observe? Like, do you want someone to, make a Roblox account and to check in the games every time? Like, what do you mean, like, observe similar behavior? What logic is this even going to be requiring? And the fact that you're saying we do our best to investigate these reports. Bitch, if you were doing your best, you would have not been in this situation in the first place. You would have not gotten sued. You would have not gotten anything else done with them whatsoever. Like, the fact that you're stating that we do our best to investigate these reports is insane. Because if you were doing your best, like I said, none of this would be happening. So I don't get what the fuck the head of the CEO could be talking about. Like, it's absolutely crazy.
Have found a bad actor, if you have found a predator and you're reporting that person, a lot of these people are following those accounts to ensure that they get banned because they are a danger to the community. And in a lot of cases, they're not getting banned. Like, they know that there hasn't been consequences. Whether or not Roblox is telling them, people can see for themselves when the accounts aren't banned. They then talk about how they actually go above and beyond. They work with law enforcement, following official legal guidelines around when it's appropriate to collaborate with them and provide information to help track bad actors across platforms to help keep users safe even beyond Roblox. In 2024, they submitted 24,522 reports to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. They then say that on multiple occasions they found vigilante groups holding the reports to Roblox until after they had coordinated real-life meetups and built their own social media posts, and then explain why that's a bad thing, about how waiting to report to Roblox or the relevant authorities means alleged bad actors could potentially remain on the platform longer, leaving the community open to additional risks of harm. And they close out this section by saying that they recognize the community's frustration with how they handle violative behavior outside of Roblox, but they can't always act on all of it because a lot of it's screenshots and other messaging applications that need to be independently confirmed, because without verification it would open up significant abuse and misuse and all of that, so they have to do their due diligence. Overall, this is them saying that they actually take the reports very seriously and that they actually do a lot to try and keep Roblox safe, even beyond Roblox. They then also claim that some of the vigilante groups are like making social media posts about all of these bad actors before even reporting to Roblox. Of course, I don't know if that's all true or not. Very well could be. But the point still stands. There are a lot of bad actors on Roblox, even with all of the reports they act on and the ones that they report to the proper authorities. There is still a huge infestation of these evil people. And the vigilante groups, the ones that Roblox is fighting tooth and nail against, whether they like it or not, they are making a difference in making the platform safer. Roblox can submit all of these reports and do as much as they can, but as they showcase, they get so many and they can't go through all of them. They can't thoroughly investigate every single one. They can't analyze every single screenshot from every off-platform message. They know that. They do even hint at that. But these vigilante groups, in a lot of cases, do go the extra mile for a lot of these individuals, and it leads to them getting arrested and away from children. It takes the predator away from victims. It makes the platform safer. It's not something Roblox should be battling against so vehemently. I really just don't understand why they don't try and work more collaboratively with people like Schlepp or Gideon, who are actively getting these predators arrested. That's the big problem. Roblox isn't doing enough to keep children safe, and instead of trying to find more ways of keeping predators away from children, instead they're trying to legally strong-arm vigilantes into silence and just leaving it all alone. and let in Roblox handle it. Put their trust in Roblox, a platform that has repeatedly let down so many people when it comes to getting these bad actors taken off the platform and away from victims. It is a problem that Roblox has done nothing to help with this statement here. This doubling down about this being like some kind of righteous fight against vigilantes is just so off the mark, it's crazy. They then spend a paragraph giving you a tutorial on how to report users, which is just completely useless. It's like giving you a tutorial on how to get ice cream at McDonald's. The fucking machines are broken. It's useless. Like,
Okay, let's see how bad this is. Like, you can pause the video if you want. I'm just gonna read it to you. If you want to read it yourself, just pause the video and, just read it in your head or whatever. So, let's see how they think that, let's see how you can report them. You can report a literal pedophile to the Roblox developers. Profiles can also be reported outside an experience. To report a user, visit their profile page and click the three dots in the upper right corner of the profile details on desktop, or report abuse on mobile browser. Then select Report User from a menu. Please include as much specific information as possible about why you are reporting the user to help with our review. To report an inappropriate chat message, send the gear icon. Chat message. Select the gear icon in the upper right corner of the chat window to open the chat details. Click the three dots, then click Report. Roblox has a trusted flagger system where closed and trust partners can report serious criminal activity, such as terrorism, violent extremism, or child exploitation. To us, for our priority review, trusted flaggers are typically reputable third-party organizations, e.g., including civil society organizations or non-governmental organizations that are properly renewed as subject matter experts for the issue on which they are reporting. We have made a commitment to such trusted flaggers that their reports will be promptly reviewed and, as appropriate, actioned within a short time frame. We are always looking to expand this program and welcome outreach from interested entities. We know our user and creator communities are as passionate as we are about helping keep Roblox safe. We appreciate the reports, feedback, and discussion. We're committed to improving and learning from this experience, as we appreciate the community efforts to help us make Roblox a safer place for everyone. As of the quarter ended June 30th, 2025. There's just one problem with that whole thing I wrote there. Hang on, let me draw it out quick. This bit, if I can get a circle, this square, highlighted in blue, is practically useless, because let's be honest, if you are going to give this piece of information out in the first place, why wouldn't you give it to Schlat or Gideon or anyone else from that program? Like, that's like me saying, oh, here's a tutorial about how to read a book. Motherfucker, everyone can read a book. Like, it's not that hard. That's the problem. And also, also for this situation, for child exploitation and safety review, trusted flaggers are. And that's the issue, because this bit is practically useless. Like, why give out this information in the first place? Like, you might as well just give it to them at the end of every game, like, you know? Like, what's the point in all of this? All of that I've just scribbled over now. What was the point in all of this? Why didn't you do that in the first place, you know? Like, what was the thing? And this trusted flagger system, where closed and trusted partners can report some serious criminal activity through trusted flaggers stations. Why didn't you? Why wasn't this trusted flagger program in place in the first place? Like, what were you doing too long? Like, what were you busy making, like, strip clubs for minors or some shit? Like, what are you doing? Like, why didn't you add this program in there? Like, at this point, Roblox is cooked. In my opinion, Roblox is cooked. Genuinely cooked, deep fried. Fuck, every kid's gonna go back to playing Minecraft or Terraria. Or, like, Call of Duty. You know? Like, it's cooked. Like, the fact that you're saying that community efforts, the fact that you're saying that, you know, that you're giving all that information in the last bit just so they can, like, you know, just over something that happened. Saying that's like me saying, that's like someone witnessing a house fire, then I go up to them saying, oh, by the way, here's some instructions about how to set off by the way, here's an instruction pamphlet of who to call, what to do, and all this. They probably know what to do, and if not, then they can just take the pamphlet. You know, like, that's the problem with Roblox. You can't just, like, give out some bullshit like this. Especially, like, if you're gonna be the one considering the fact that, you know, you're basically a developer. Like, you're the person in charge. You shouldn't have to be, like, you know, letting things like this happen. And it's just sad to see, because there are so many cases where it's just a normal thing, you know, like, you can get away with it. Cancel culture does not exist anymore. And it's just sad, you know, like, you can't report to anyone on a police or some shit, you know? It's ridiculous, it's crazy.
You can report people till the cows come home. It's not working. That is the issue. They then talk about their trusted flagger program, where close and trusted partners can report serious criminal activity such as terrorism, violent extremism, or child exploitation directly to Roblox. And the idea is that the trusted flaggers are someone that Roblox puts a lot of weight on with their reports. But the trusted flagger program, while it sounds good in theory, is actually highly neglected. And from what I've read from a bunch of people with this program in particular, it doesn't do anything more than just a normal report. It doesn't seem like they actually take into consideration the trusted flag more than the normal report. Overall, I found this response from Roblox to be horrible. The doubling down was just a terrible call here, and it all...
I mean, reading Roblox's apologies, like me reading Logan Paul's apology after, like, his tragic event in that forest in Japan. I don't want to mention it. It's like reading that, and obviously, like, you know, I think, what's that girl that started dancing as an apology just because she threatened to beat up someone or some shit? I don't know, to be honest. I'd rather watch that again than whatever that is, you know? Like, what are we doing? Like, what can you even say to that, you know? Like, as a company, this has to be one of the worst company, like, apologies I've ever heard in my life. Why can't you just go online and admit, like, address the allegations, say, oh look, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, we'll unban Schlapp, we'll work with him and Gideon to catch these predators and to keep them off the app for good. You could have just said that, but no, you decided to make all of that bullshit up just so you can, like, make a vid, just so you can, like, address the public about it. Like, oh, as a company, we can't take things like this seriously as much anymore because we get thousands of them reports every day. Like, okay, and do something about it. Like, what are you doing just standing there, Like, what's the point? Like, you're gaining nothing from this and you're going to lose people from the game.
Most reads like Roblox is more upset that people are aware of the predator problem as opposed to the predator problem existing in the first place. It seems like Roblox would rather people just be completely ignorant to it, just silence on it while it's still being in the background. Like, it doesn't seem like they care so much that the predators exist, they just care that people are talking about the predators existing now. Like their priorities are just so out of whack. Threatening legal action against someone who was victimized on your game and is just trying to do what they can to make it better, and just a blanket removing all vigilantes type approach to things here is just nonsensical, because the community is in a position where it needs those vigilante groups because Roblox hasn't done enough to protect them. It's crazy to me. Anyway, I just wanted to give you the follow-up to all this. That's really about it. See ya.
Oh shit, I didn't want to press that. Well, now, yeah, that's his version of it, and, I just want to, like, clarify my opinion on it before I even start doing this. So, for fuck's sake, I don't want to buy a Pixel 9A trading phone, bro. I will sort this out and then I'll tell you my final things and thoughts. Well, that's it. That's the XQs. That's the Penguin Penguin Zero video. Yeah, like, what he addressed in that video is basically half of what I meant, but the other half I'm going to get into it now. Now, as you can see, like, obviously he mentioned about, how it's a growing thing on Roblox, like, like, the fact that they're letting predators on this app is crazy. Like, why couldn't you, like, just justify the fact that your actions have a genuine effect on people? Like, like, you have Schlepp that has been, like, has been assaulted as a kid, that he's been touched by a man or some shit. Like, you can't just look at their stories and just say to yourself, why could you, he's not, Roblox isn't really a bad game. It's just that you have to tell people to get off the game and all this shit. Like, no, it's motherfucker. It's just it's an app is made for kids. Like, children go on that app, for God's sake. Like, what are you even justifying? Like the Roblox CEO actually said that, like, if your kids are playing an adult game, then you should be, like, getting off it. And mostly, in my opinion, I just blame the parents. Now, before you lot come at me in the comments saying, oh, Wahab, you can't, oh, bro, you can't just blame the parents. Oh, like, that's their kids at the end of the day. What they do is their choice. It's not like you have any children whatsoever, or blah, blah, blah. But in reality, like, I don't need to have children, Like, I have nieces and cousins and everyone else some people who play Roblox. Fuck it, I have some friends old, old and new friends that play Roblox. Not as much, but still do. And if that happened to any one of them, I would have reported them straight away to Roblox, and just for them to do nothing. Like, it's just rubbish, you know? That's like me going to the police and saying, oh, my mate got stabbed in central London, please send help. Just for them to be like, oh, we're not going to do anything about it. We're not going to, like, well, we can't do anything about it. All our police officers are on shifts off on Sunday. You know, that's just an example. Like, you can't just, like, neglect people from trying to report them. And you can't just ban people like Schlep for, taking predators off your platform, you know? Like, you could have just worked with him. You could have just been like, you could have just reached out to him saying, yo, Schlep, we've seen the video. We'd like to apologize to you. Pardon me. We'd like to apologize to you. We can give your account back, and then you can help us, get our account back and all this. But they could have just done that, but no. This creep decided to do like, do this and all that. Go through all that bullshit just so they can justify, all of that. And it's just like, what's your point as the CEO? You might as well step down, mate. You're cooked. Like, you're on the Epstein files for all we know. Like, there is literally no point. Like, you can't be serious. So you're telling me that if someone like, does something harsh, like, send death threats and all that. Not death threats, what's an example? You're telling me, like, you can ban someone for, just for having a genuine, ban someone, for just building a house or some shit. Anything normal, you just ban them for. But, like, when someone touches a minor, when someone just sends, like, exploited, like, stuff to a minor and whatever, you don't do anything about it. What does that say to you, Roblox? Like, what does that genuinely say? Like, at this point, you might as well just quit. You might as well just delete the app or some shit, to be honest. Announce you're shutting down, and then just make a new platform. Because at this point, you're cooked. You're genuinely cooked, in my opinion. The other thoughts about, like, this online safety tool thing that I read out on how to report a user and all this, that's basically useless. Like, you might as, like, if that was the case, then damn, I might as well, like, I might as well make a YouTube tutorial about, how to make a Spotify account or something, because it's not like most people don't just report some things like this to, like, authorities in general, just so they can, like, not get ignored in all this. And, it's just sad to see this is a reality of the world we live in. Like, as Penguin Zero said, Roblox has dug itself a deeper hole, pretty much. Like, they try to sort things out, but instead of getting out of the hole that they're getting, instead of, like, trying to get out that hole that they're in, they dug themselves an even deeper hole. Like, what can you even say to that, Like, at this point, there's nothing most people can't do anymore. And it's such a shame, because we live in a society where there are other things to do. There are other things that don't get, like, where other things don't get covered, like mental health, learning, helping people with disabilities learn and understand things, and just, like, how to keep safe online. Like, most people don't talk about it anymore. Like, I guarantee you, like, that if I can go to a teacher or anyone from my college or anyone outside saying, when has it been the last time? Like, when was the last time you've ever had like a speech or anything online about, how to keep safe and all this? Like, and it's just like, that's it really. Like, that's the reality we live in, Like, we have all these wars going on, all the violence, all of that is covered by the BBC News, by the BBC and all this, BBC Sky, CNN, Al Jazeera, whatever, whatever news channel that there are. But this stuff genuinely does not get covered. And that's such a shame, because if someone else was to report this to the news article team, like, that's the reality, that's what's gonna happen. And it could just lead to, and it could just lead to a worldwide, increase of, like, children missing, because who knows, that they could arrange for them to meet up, and then that person could potentially take them or take the kids away, That's why you have people on Twitch and Discord, and they make this Patreon stuff, about doing the same thing, disguising themselves as a minor, not actually disguising themselves like clothes and that, but like, mimic a like get a voice changer to sound more like a minor, and just finding them in public and then just beating the shit out of them, just for them to get arrested, Like, that's the reality. Like, I have seen actual, like, police footage, of people, from India, being held by two people as they wait for the police, and as they whip out a camera to confront them about it. I think I've seen another video on about, somewhere in Scotland, a kid, like, and a 20-year-old was talking to like a 11-year-old or something. He lives with his parents and stuff, and they just kicked him out, like, as the police and bail started coming out, they just kicked him out, I think. And it's just like, what can you do in this situation? There's nothing you can do. Like, I'm not saying that you can't, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do anything about it. I mean, you should do something about it, Like, get your voice out, hand out some flyers and stuff, and all of that, just get the word out there that things like this are happening. And it needs to be talked about more in schools. I don't know what to think, Keir Starmer, you may be a dickhead, but at least please do something about this. Ban the Online Safety Act. Like, honestly, I blame the parents, because if you're allowed to have your child to be on like Roblox or Snapchat or anything else at the age of 11, there's something wrong with you, like, if it was my kids, I wouldn't let them have social media until like 18 or 19. I'd give them social media and then teach them, I'd teach them first before I give them a phone and be like, okay, here's the social media on Instagram, please be careful, remember what we taught you. That's what I would have done, like, and most parents are just, they can't do anything about it, like, what if, like, it's just, I don't know what to say. Like, oh, fuck, I've said, God knows how many times. And before people say like, oh, Abdul, you don't know what it's like to do this. Oh, you don't know what it's like, you don't know what it's like to be a victim or as a minor and all this. Yeah, true, I don't know what it's like. But I've seen people tell their stories, like, on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, every other social media platform, speaking out the truths, and I've heard their stories, and I just can't think, like, I can't just picture myself in that situation, and it's just heartbreaking. Like, shit like this does not get resolved, it doesn't get talked about as much, and it's just such an unfortunate thing that Roblox is experiencing this sort of downfall. And hopefully they can get this resolved, like I said in the other video, and yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say, that's just my final thoughts. But yeah, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about the situation and how would you resolve it? That's gonna be the thing you can put in the comments down below if you want. But hey, I mean, after this I'm just gonna take a rest, to be honest. I've been talking for like 56 minutes or something. But hey, stay safe online, guys. Please be careful about who you're talking to, because you don't know if it's gonna be an actual kid or an adult. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. So until next time, guys, stay safe online, keep away from creeps, and yeah, peace out.
Driving in my car right after a beer.